29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2. 1.
0.
Two people here are in the. Hang on. I'll change that. We'll go back to normal and we'll actually change the background a little bit until we're ready to start, because I have prepared us a journey into the realm of bullfuckery. We're going to have some fun with it, but I'm not doing it. Two people. So, it says there's 5 people here. We'll bring this one up. This is kind of apropos. So, guys, I want everybody to know this is going to be fun. So, if you're new to the channel, you may not know that every year, around my birthday, like the last live feed I do before my birthday, which I honestly don't think I'm going to do a live feed on Monday. Typically, what I will do is we'll go down the rabbit hole and look at the entire thing that went on with the Mars knife scam. So if you haven't been privy to one of these, it's a lot of fun. So we're going to wait till we get a handful more people here. I know it just started. Can you guys hear the fan? Is it too loud? As a matter of fact, you know what? I want to turn it down because it's blowing on me too heavily. Give me just a moment. I shall return just a moment. Just going to get the fan. So, yeah, there's like 17 people here. That's about average for me. It's actually not my birthday. My birthday is the 30th. But I would like to remind everyone that if you want, this is the only free cowbell you're going to get tonight. If you want more cowbell, I don't ring it for free. So, at any rate, ever since I became aware of the entire Mars Knife Kickstarter, I have literally every year done a special video. It's my birthday present to myself. It literally is my birthday present to myself. So, Alice, thank you very much. Alice over at, she sent me some stickers. I'll be probably adding those to a prize pack for someone. I have not decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but I will show you something cool that also happened. Besides the fact it's my birthday, before we go any further, please don't leave. I'm just waiting. If people keep leaving, we're never going to get to start this. But I do want to bring up something and show you guys. Like, if people are leaving, I'm waiting until people show up. I would like to show you. This happened. So we hit kind of another milestone. 18 people here. I really want to get it to. I don't really want to start the entire thing. I even wrote a fucking monologue, guys. I want to get it to around 20. But I want to share something with you guys. You may or may not have seen it. We're going to share a screen. Chrome tab. We have hit the 9,000 subscriber mark and surpassed it. It was at 9,000 last night. It's at 9,034 today. So just something I wanted to share, so we can stop sharing that and I can close that window. So there's like 19 people here. People get bored and they leave. They don't understand what's about to happen. So I really want, this is going to be loud. Hang on just a second. There we go. So I even wrote a monologue. I took some notes and put them here so I can glance at them. But like, so in modern culture, modern pop culture has been plagued with a lot of, poor decisions and things that have been brought upon the public that are just not good decisions. I mean, just basically from Justin Bieber, we had the Spice Girls, followed closely behind by the Spice Girl movies, all really bad decisions. Any of the Fast and Furious movies, just, they were all all bad, bad, bad choices. And the knife community has been relatively unscathed. I mean, we have had our, you know, we've had our little hiccups. The ZT 0300, the HRC gate that really blew up to nothing, and then it turned out that a lot of their things were wrong. Anything made by Quartermaster and Mantis knives. But none of those things come close or even compare to the man that took $30,000 from the knife community, goat-seed the entire knife world, and made off with all that money, and then took over his Voss Offren's build and took over all of that money. So technically closer to $60,000 in Kickstarter money. A man who is a infected carbuncle on the ass of society. I'm talking about Mr. Paulo Blazano. Mr. Paul Steck, a man who, honestly, if you want my opinion, could easily have been a stunt double for the main character, the main creature from the movie Mac and Me. I mean, all honesty, like, I'll show you. He could have easily been, you know what I mean? Not a big difference between those two pictures. But the really horrible thing about all this is that he got away with it, and we're really going to delve down into it, into the man that stole the faith in the knife community for Kickstarters, almost ruined knife Kickstarters. We're going to get into, and we're going to go on a little journey. So first of all, we have to enter the spaceport, because what we're going to talk about before we make our trip is the history that leads up to this. Mr. Paulo Blazano, also known as Paul Steck, was an animator for Nickelodeon and several other countries. He is incredibly good at doing 3D renders, lifelike visual 3D renders. And he decided that he was going to design a knife. And so he started the Mars Knife Kickstarter. Now, we're going to open up that page, and we're going to look at it. We're going to look at updates. We're going to look at comments from the subscribers. Oh, yeah. Founded my cowbell, and I ain't ringing that bitch for free. It's my birthday. Papa wants a new pair of shoes. You want more cowbell in your life? You got to pay for it. I don't ring that bell for free. I'm a capitalist. I'm kidding. We're all going to have fun with this. However, so now that we're in a spaceport, I'm going to tell you where we're going. We're going to go on a little trip to probably the only place where you'll ever be able to find the Mars knife. We're going to go to Mars. And we're going to delve into the piece of... Now, the reason I say I put the thing across the bottom, I'm going to talk really bad about this dude. I'm going to use a lot of bad words, and I'm pretty sure this video is not going to be monetized. The only money I'm going to make is what I've already made right there. So, Mr. Blazano decided he was going to design a knife, the modern knife for the modern age. And he decided he was going to do it with a Kickstarter. And on this Kickstarter, there were multiple levels and things like that. And so this Kickstarter that he started was for a knife that he generated $29,687 from here. However, there's some points of contention on this because he also not only did it on Kickstarter, he did it on several other crowdfunding sources. I think you guys know all of them. But the fact was, Mr. Blazano also had a partner named Voss Offren. And they took all this Kickstarter money and they started saying about all these things they were going to do. They had all these mock-up pictures. They had all these builds that they were going to do. They had all these great things that they were working on. And they did all these updates. Now, we're going to look at the Kickstarter. And I want you to keep in mind, it is currently 2022. I'm curious, do I have to go to Mars to get the Mars knife? Because that's the only place I could see. So in the time that this Kickstarter has been running, this man took $30,000. Voss Offren got about $30,000. There were other platforms that these things were done. And so they accumulated close to about $60,000. And with that $60,000, Paulo Blazano and his partner rented a space. Paulo got them kicked out for sleeping and living in a storage space, or a what would you call it? Not even a storage space, an industrial complex, kind of like the shop that Chris and Elliot had. And he was living there and got them kicked out. They spent money on a machine that I never saw pictures of. Voss Offren spent the majority of his money on synthesizers and things like that to make music. So it was absolutely might explain Elon's obsession with Mars. I don't think it does. This is different. I have to go grab my phone though, because there is something I have something. Give me just a moment. But at any rate, like I was saying, so they took all this money and did all this stuff, and I'm pretty sure that all of the money was spent. I guarantee all the money was spent. They said they bought a CNC. He had 2 other partners that he was working with. I'm getting a notification right now. He had a couple other people he was working with that came out in public and said, he's a piece of shit, and we're breaking our ties with him, and we apologize. We thought that this was going to be a better deal. And they parted ways with him. So this is not an isolated thing. You can go back and find all this. I would love to pull up any Instagram posts for Mr. Blazano, but he has blocked me on all social media platforms. So it's very hard for me to find any of the things. However, the crowdsourced payment site, Kickstarter, still has got it up because it's considered an active product. This is Mike's birthday stream. Y'all better make it hurt when you dig in your wallets. Thank you very much. I don't think most people don't pay attention to that, but like I would love to ring that bell all night. So let's go ahead and pull up the actual Kickstarter site. So what we're going to look at here is, this is the front page for the actual Mars knife, classically designed. So what we have here is the Mars knife, a classically inspired modern archetype. Now, first things first. When you look at that, does that scream, that's a knife I gotta have? You know what that looks like to me? That looks like the most basic, plainest, most basic bitch knife I've ever seen. Now, you could get this knife if you entered into the Kickstarter. So let's go ahead and look at this. So there were multiple tiers. If you pledged $379 or more, you got a pre-run serial number 1 through 10. Now, I will tell you, there were 9 backers. There's 1 left if anyone would like to join. If you pledged $379 or more, you got early bird, which, if you see here, is the same. Estimated delivery. This is where we get into it. You see that date right there? Estimated delivery. Estimated delivery. 2016. Wow, guys. What year is it? 2022. 6 years. 6. 2016. Add a 6. That's 2021. Or 22. Not dealing with that. So, 2022, 6 years later, these knives have never been made. So you also had a $399 or more Kickstarter special receive one Mars pocket knife at $20 below retail. I'm not seeing how that pledge $599 more, and you get the Mars XHP Core, which was supposed to be an XHP Damascus version. Pledge, there were 12 people that did this. Pledge $599 more, and you get the Vossano, the Voss Offren collaboration. You get the pry bar, the Raptor pry bar. Keep in mind, none of these things ever were made. So the funding period for this was July 29th, 2016 through August 2016, 27 days. And if you read, he says, to make a quality American custom design to be timeless but built to last. Now, like you guys can see all this. You guys can see all this. Now, I want to go back and tell you what I came to find out after all this. After I was told about the bullfuckery that was the Mars knife project. Voss Offren and him never had any intention of making anything. This was a money grab. So try and see if they could get as much money as possible. See my mug? And so they took that money and they put it into their next purchase. Now, Paulo Blazano has, since this, made knives, but he has not made any of the Mars knives. So when you look at this, these are all the things that he's talking about. You can read this. It could be passed down from generation to generation. It is not a good-looking knife. It's got a garbage pocket. This is, I got to say, I find the QSP Penguin more attractive. So basically what you have here is a $30 knife. CTS SHP. It's called the Sasha Finished Titanium. All this stuff. Then you had the Duo. This was what you were going to get. This was the Voss Offren Raptor pry bar. This was the XHP Core. I don't know about you guys. That does not look good. That looks bad. One side to the other. Can you see what I'm saying here? This knife, I don't think this knife ever existed. If it did, someone made one for him. This was their shop that he got kicked out of. Aside from water jet heat treatment, all be done by American owned and operated. These are all the things. Beginning December 1st orders to ship. Now this is 2016 December. So, what kind of community response and what kind of updates did Mr. Blazano share with his community? Would you guys like to see? Would you like to see? Tell me you would like to see. So let's go ahead. We're going to start looking at the actual community stuff. So the frequently asked questions. There aren't any frequently asked questions. Do you know why? Because he had so many people asking him a question about where their money was and where the knives were and about getting rebates and refunds that he disabled and deleted all the frequently asked questions. So the updates. This one, we'll scroll down. We'll save that one for last. 10 of 20 updates. We'll load some more. Here we go. This is what we're going to get to. So 20 of 20. Product launches. This post is for backers only who can't look at it. So here you go. I've always wanted to design a watch, but till it happens, I'm happy knowing that this is holding down the great design front. I don't know what that has to do with anything. You had this, Mars XHP Core. New mid-kid pain reward. Paulo Blazano. Thank you for continued support. This was August 2016. Let's go back to the updates. We're not going to click on too many more of them. In-house manufacturing is a go. This was October 15th, 2016. This one is a good one because I find it funny that these got all these finished knives. There are so many finished knives. All those knives are finished. Finished. Right? Not a single knife went out. Not yet. None. None. None of these knives exist. And I'm going to explain it a little further in a second. So, none of those existed. Here you go again. This was closing on the finish line with December deliveries. All these knives, right? December 2015, or December 15th, 2016. Update 11. This post was for backers only, providing my best work, the price, shipping delays. Then he blocked all these because for the wrong-handed backers, he's talking about left-handed people. So here we go. We're going to look at this one. I know it's taken way longer than I had originally estimated. So now I'm finally moving on to the final finish and assembling stages. I've decided to give backers their choice of 3 finish options since I'm nearing completion, May 2017. Supposed to be delivered December 2016. January, February, March, April, May. You count December, that's 6 months behind. He said 3 finishes. He's like, since I'm nearing completion, you will need to let me know which finish you would like on your knife. If you made a pledge for more than one knife, I want them finished differently. Please include that in your message. Otherwise, I'll assume you want one of your Mars to be finished differently than the default Sasha Gray. Of course, he named it after. At any rate, simply send me a private message. That was May 4th, 2017. 6 months late, counting December, So let's go ahead and look at the next one. So I know it's taken me way longer. So that was May 4th, 2017. I'm not just here making knives. See this? So this is one that I love. I'm not just here making knives, not just here trying to get knives done. I'm trying to get perfect knives done. I'll take all the time I need in order to do that. Although I understand it has frustrated some of the backers to no end, I'd much rather deal with the occasional Paulo as a scammer bullshit that gets thrown around over social media than have 80 backers receive knives that aren't as good as they could be. This is in September 2017. September. Coming up on a year. 2017. Note, he said he was almost done. He said he was nearing completion in June or July of 2017. 6 months late. Now he's almost a year late. Let's go ahead and peruse it a little bit more. Question, why have you stopped posting progress pictures? Because it does no good and has proven that the only thing it has done is cause a handful of negative thinking backers to come out of the woodwork and start with their paranoid Photoshop after effects and conspiracy theories. We'll talk about that. The picture that will matter is the ones of the tracking numbers when we send them. What is exactly taking so long? Because building 80 knives, giving each one the same attention I would if I was a one-off custom, as it was a one-off custom, takes a long time because it turns out that I sucked accurately at estimating how long it would take. Now, I will tell you that I have sat in the Ferrum Forge Knife Works shop and watched them put, granted, they had water jet and they had stuff double disc ground. But I have watched them put together 200 knives in 3 months. 2 people. 200 knives. That is finishing, assembly. Even when stuff comes from water jet, there's a lot of cleanup. There's stuff that has to be dimensioned. None of the holes are actually drilled. None of the things are threaded. None of the parts are all put in. None of this stuff is done. And I watched those 2 boys work dawn till dusk, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, to put together 200 knives a quarter for 2 years. That is 800 knives a year. And he's talking about 80. Oh, holy crap. Bearded Doom. Boom. I can't see what your super sticker was, but I imagine it was humorous. The Bearded Doom's a funny dude. So, that was, when was this? Okay, so that we're going to keep it. What exactly is taking so long? So there you go. Can I get a refund? Here was the one. Can I get a refund? No, but you can sell the knife on the secondary market after you receive it. Probably make almost double. Well, motherfucker, how? This is in 2017. It's 2022, and no one has received a fucking knife yet. How? How are they supposed to do that? I don't know. I hate this dude with a seething passion. I can honestly say there are very few people that I hate. Let me explain this. There are very few people in this world I can honestly say I hate. I can think of two. One of them I went to high school with, and my mother informed me that he had passed away, and I was like, fucking good. And the other one is Paulo Blazano. I honestly can say, as aggressive and as coarse and rough around the edges as I am, there are very few people I truly hate. Even people that are derogatory to me about me online. I don't hate them. There's very few. There's probably more than two. But off the top of my head, I only think of two, and one of them is dead. So, this is September timeframe, I think. We'll look at it again, but we're going to go back, and we're going to continue reading these, because this was an update he put up for his. Can I get a refund? No. Did you run off to Mexico with our money? Yes, even though my Instagram cleverly makes it appear as if Boss Offern and I moved our shop from Orange to Los Angeles and are making progress on both campaigns. Now, the reason that they had to leave Los Angeles and go to, I don't even hate that dude. Like, he's just a dick face. Like, that dude, he's just ignorant, and that dude is just an ignorant fucking dude that just, needs some fucking help. Like, I don't think he's actually ripped anyone in the knife community off. That's the difference. Like, I don't like him. Would I slow down for him in traffic? Yeah, I don't want to fuck my bumper up. The other two people I mentioned, I would say I sneezed and didn't see him. Like, sorry, officer, I was smoking a cigarette. I didn't see him. So there are very few people that I hate. I mean, I could say that I have some hatred for that person, but I haven't went out of my way to make his life miserable or anything. I don't make a video about him. I do have to do something real quick. I'm getting text messages. I'm sorry. I know that I should be paying attention to you all, but I'm getting text messages from my friend in England. He's a British Special Forces. I don't get to talk to him very often because he is typically on missions and things like that. And any chance that I get to say hello to him, I'm sorry. I'm coming. So the reason that they had to leave their shop in Los Angeles or move to Orange, what was it? From Orange to Los Angeles. He had to move because they got kicked out of their shop because he was living in the shop. And I don't know if you guys know this, industrial parks, you can't live in the shop. So they kicked him out. Sorry. I just had to send that. I had to. I don't get a chance to talk to him very often, and he won't see it. He got kicked out of their shop because he was living in it, because he's a fucking homeless dude. So after that, they bought a boxcar, like a refrigerator boxcar, and that was going to be their shop. I don't have pictures of that because I no longer have access. Here we go. Why are you making other projects when you're not done with the Mars knives? Well, because we have to still make a living and keep the lights on. If I need to split my focus, and then that's what I'll do. So if you really look at it, they should have answered their own question. Why? Because it was a fucking money grab. He had no intention of making a single Mars knife. I'll tell you a little secret. Kickstarter has got different little levels and things that you have to do. So if you have a flex goal, doesn't matter. You still get that money. And the thing is, you don't ever have to once provide an item. That's not part of the Kickstarter thing. You're funding the process. You're not funding the end result. And he took absolute advantage of this. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna leave Mars and put you guys back on here so you can see it. So this was the big one. Do you have a substance abuse problem? Yes, nicotine. I've also come to terms with the possibility I may be a sex addict. Here's the thing. I've seen pictures of Paulo like knocked out, fucked up on a couch. The dude looks like a crackhead. I said he looks like he could be a stunt double for the alien from Mac and Me. And he very obviously stole all this money. Now, this is all my opinion, so it could be, there could be people that aren't going to agree with this. They might think Paulo Blazano is a great dude. I personally think he's a piece of shit. So, one last thing. The vast majority of backers who remain supportive, I am forever grateful. Like the update. So, now I want to remind you guys that this was update 16, September 29th, 2017. Delivery date, December 2016. Now, I have to turn the volume up for this because this was an update he put out. The hubris of this fucking asshole. Like, just to treat your backers this way. He put up a video. He put up a video update. This was his update. Now, I remember watching this update live with Elliot, and we were like, you are a piece of shit. So, here it comes. You guys ready? I'm gonna leave narcissist mode. We're gonna watch this. Now, let me make sure I got it set.
I think we're just gonna keep it simple though. Yeah, like if a customer's knife is shipping as part of this first shipment, then they'll get information saying that their knife is on its way. And then if a customer does not receive shipping information that their knife is part of the first shipment, then it means that their knife isn't part of this first shipment. It seems pretty simple to me. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. Meeting adjourned. Sorry about that. That was his update. That was his fucking update. That's what these people paid somewhere in the order of $400 to $600, and that's his update. And here's the thing. When was that? I have to share the screen again. That update was October 1st. Yeah. October 1st, 2018. Almost a fucking year. Almost a fucking calendar year.
That would be 365 days.
Almost a fucking year. From the time he said December 2016 was supposed to go out. His last update was September 29th, 2017. This is October. It's more than a year. It's a year later. And he's talking about the first shipment, right? So the first shipment. That was the update. Right? That was the update. So, let's go back. First shipment. First shipment was supposed to be October 1st, 2018. If your knife was in that first shipment, right? June 4th, the last update, the final update from Paulo Blazano, the creator. Although I'm not 100% solid on the date for the restart, I'm happy to report that delivery will resume before October. October of what year, Paulo? It's August of 2020. August of 2022. I'm sorry, 2022. That's what I meant to say. It's fucking August of 2022. First knives are supposed to be delivered. He had a bin full of knives. Now, here comes the fun part. You guys remember me talking? Remember me talking about his previous jobs. He was an animator at Nickelodeon. Paulo made his bones by being able to do photorealistic animated renders. Have you ever seen those 3D CGI generated renders of knives that people do where you see them and you're like, wow, that looks really cool? They're like, yeah, we're going to get the prototypes made. And you're like, well, what is that? And they're like, that's a photorealistic render. And you're like, holy shit, that looks like a knife. Guess what? That's what this cocksucker did for a living. So all those knives you saw in that bin, they didn't exist. If you go back and look, they're just a cut and paste. He made one in the software and duplicated it and made that a big fucking drawing. 4 years later, he comes out with an update that he's going to start resuming shipping. What happened to the first knives? He said he was going to resume production. And I'm like, what happened to the ones where you said you were almost done? What happened to those knives, Paulo? Where did they go? Now, I guarantee he's gonna strike this video. He has every year. He's gonna do a copyright strike, and I don't even contest it. I'm like, I don't fucking plan on making money. That's why I curse so much in these. Fuck him. There is no money to be made. You can't monetize this, and he can't get my super chats. So if you guys want to support the channel, drop a super chat. I like to remind everybody, not everybody remembers it. Like, I'm not trying to say like, hey, I want you all to drop super chats. It would be nice, my birthday thing. But here we go with the fun part. So we're going to go back here because that's all all 18. So that was June 4th. June 4th, 2020, 2 years ago. And the comment section is just, it's beautiful. We'll only go down a little bit, but there's some really, really good. There's 180 of them. Got any updates? Got it. This guy, I love some of these. Like this guy, Chip 101. Chip 101 at Brian Gibson. I don't feel the need to be respectful and considerate since you haven't shown any of the same for your customers. Brian Gibson has some good ones in here. It's been so long I even forgot all about this, LOL. Paul, I hope Santa brought you herpes for Christmas. There are some winners. There are some winners in this. I don't feel the need to be respectful and considerate. That was one of his updates that he took down. Got any updates? Got any updates? Got any updates? Got any updates? This poor dude Chip. Got any updates? Got any updates? Like he did this every month. John, and yet another year goes by without my knife, without even an update in almost a year. Got any updates? Javier Bernal. I don't think we are going to get these knives. Like that was 4 years ago. I'm pretty sure. This guy's a crook, and Kickstarter is too for allowing it on their platform. I'm sure they've received a ton of complaints, taken zero action. Problem is that the contract is written somehow for some of these projects. For some of his projects, or some of these projects, it's written in a fashion where you hit a monetary goal. You don't actually have to provide the item. Oh yeah, he's going to block you. Like the second you say anything about it, he's going to block you. And I'll get through you guys' comments in a second. This guy's a crook. There we go. Brian Gibson's got the good ones. Hey, Paulo, I hope you cut an artery when you're packing my knife. Brian Gibson, if you have kids, I feel sorry for them. You're a terrible person. Brian Gibson, it'd be best for everyone if you didn't exist. That is one of my favorites. I actually screenshotted it at one point, and it was one of my social media. It was one of my social media banners. Okay, back to it. Brian Gibson, it's sad you continue to post fake updates. Nobody believed you're shipping anything, almost like you didn't have a plan to wrap up your scam. What's your final move? Claim ninjas broke in and stole everything? John, has anyone received a shipping notice? Any ship yet? John, $29,687. Says they've started shipping, but no one's seen a knife. $29,687.00. 3 years ago. Update, please. Javier Bernal, still waiting. Ryan, I can't even try press. Even though it's been a minute, I'm still looking forward to the Mars. Still sweet looking knife. No, that is the most basic bitch fucking knife. This guy, me too. Mark, anyone getting anything? Nathan, nothing. Going on 3 years now. Update, Paul is still a cuckold. Brian Gibson. Brian Gibson's got some good ones. I hope Brian Gibson watches this channel. I hope he knows how much enjoyment. Like, Brian, if you're out there and you're watching this channel, please DM me. I have taken so much enjoyment in your comments over the years. I've done this for 4 years in a row around my birthday. It's always my birthday special. It's something I do for myself, something I do for enjoyment. Even if I don't get any super chats, and this is a completely demonetized. I mean, I already got a couple, but even if I don't make any money on this, it's so much fun, even for me. Paul is John, evidently he still exists. He just backed another Kickstarter project with our money. We'll get to that one. So Paulo backed, if you remember in the updates, he backed a printer. Blazano backed Gullion, modular desktop collaborative arm by SCA. The project costs upwards of $500. I doubt he went for the lower end of it. So that was another project. Tom Arce, nothing. Mark Carlson, super backer. Now, super backers paid. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Super backers paid anywhere upwards of $600 to $800. They did. They really did. Very disappointing. Tom Arce, nothing. Greg Schmidt, any updates? John Egan, poor John. 2 years ago. I'm looking forward to using the Mars knife. Fantastic design. I'm sure it will be well made. Thank you. I would imagine that poor John Egan is actually Paulo. I think any of the ones that are still positive are just accounts that Paulo made. Just because. Any update, buddy, from Javier? Another year and no knives. There were 75 of us. Very disappointing. There were 80. Wow, it's been 6 years. Had I known this was going to happen, I would have never gone through with this. Conrad, superbacker. 6 years is such a long time. Please just publish if you're going to make these knives and let everyone move on. P.S. I went for all the extras, as I really like the look of these knives, and I would love to own one even after all this time. Conrad, if you're watching this, you're not getting those knives. So I'm gonna scroll back up. I didn't read any of you guys' comments, really. Bearded Doom is here. Let's see here. Chuck it. There's arguing about Callie is shit. Callie's pretty garbage. Chuck it. I like some of the things here, but it's pretty garbage. Callie is a turd. I'd have to kind of agree. I do like NorCal. It's just not double for her. No. That's not. We're done with the Kickstarter. We've looked at all the stuff that we're allowed to look at on the Kickstarter because Paulo has blocked it. So I've said it, and I'll say it again. Share a screen. Chrome tab. Paulo Blazano. This gentleman right here. That looker right there. And I want you guys to think about the fact I've seen him in his underwear because there was a picture. He could easily be a stunt double on a movie. And the name of that movie was Mackin'. If that's not fucking Paulo Blazano, I don't know who is. Look at that dude. So, try Detroit. Okay, I'll tell you a story about Detroit. My friend lives in Detroit. He's a white dude. I was in the Navy with him. He started an ACR business in Detroit because that's where he's from, just outside of Detroit. He called me. He's like, hey, man, I just got out of the hospital. I was like, what happened? He's like, I got shot. So what do you mean you got shot? Because I was looking at a car. I was looking at a used car, a big, like a work van. The guy had for sale, and I got shot while I was looking for it. I was like, "Where were you at?" He's like, "I was just on the street." It was a guy. It was like a personal sale. It's like, "How did you get shot?" He's like, "Man, motherfucker, I'm a white boy in Detroit. It was natural fucking causes." I mean, he's not wrong. I fucking hate some of these shitholes. But there you go. That was the Paulo Blazano Mars knife scandal, and he's just a complete piece of shit. I'm gonna put a pic in Gilded Server of me and my skivvies with a Necronaut. I'd rather you didn't. Yeah. So that, I mean, that's, I do this for myself. It's a present. It's a gift to myself that I do this on YouTube, and I make sure that everybody knows about Kurt Crumco. I'll ring that bell for you, sir. You know, just because you post something on the Gilded Server does not mean that I have to look at it, Kurt. Or, I mean, Bearded Doom. For the Spank Bank. So, yeah, I mean, buyer beware. I mean, I've never, even, I mean, I'm friends with Nick Rogers. I'm friends with him, and he did a Kickstarter, and I just don't trust Kickstarter. I've never backed another knife Kickstarter. As a matter of fact, I have not backed another Kickstarter since this happened. I used to back some Kickstarters. The first Pebble smartwatch, I backed that. But after I found out about this, I realized how dishonest Kickstarter is. It's not a great business. It really isn't, because there are so many loopholes that guys like Paulo Bolzano, and the fact, like I said, the fact is he had a partner, Voss Offren, that got another $30,000, and they spent that money together. They were working together. They were partners. And so they technically got $600,000, and then probably some more, because like I said, off of Kickstarter, there's some other Indiegogo and stuff like that, where they got several other crowdsources. They put this on Indie. Let me see if I can pull up the Indiegogo. I'll just check real quick. Let me look. I think Indiegogo took it down. But let me see here. Mars knife. Indiegogo. No, I think they took it down. Oh, but backer. I'm trying to see here. Oh, Kick Tracks. So he had. I mean, I do know that he had it on Indiegogo. Worst part is getting a refund. Well, here's the thing. For these kind of projects, it's up to the maker to decide if he wants to issue a refund. So if the maker does not issue a refund, you're not getting one. And he specifically said, well, you could sell your knife for double the price. Well, really? Fucking how? So it's B-A-L-Z, it's Balzano. B-A-L-Z-A-N-O. But his name is not Paulo Bolzano. So that brings another thing. His name is Paul Steck. So if you were to look it up, I'm sure that you would find there's a lot of things online for Paul Steck. What happened here? What did I miss here? I missed a lot of the comments because I was off the actual stream. But what are we the Bearded Doom? Thanks for sharing. Dude was persistent and mad as hell. That's cool to see someone step up and do what they did. I love making stuff like that. Are we talking about the umbrella? Are you talking about the umbrella thing? I don't know where my daughter's going. She just crawled under the garage door. If you're talking about that umbrella, I have seen the stories about the kick scammers, and there's a channel that does a lot of kick scammer videos, and I've tried to kick it over to him. I've seen that video. I've seen there's a dude named DJ Slopes. He's actually one of my subscribers, and he actually subscribed to the channel, and I'm gonna try and get him to do a video about this on his channel, because he does kick scammers, but typically his stuff is generated and circles around video games. He's a British guy, like 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, I believe. Don't just let it slam, please. It's really loud. So, yeah, I mean, this is something like I said, we've had a little, I mean, we had our quartermaster knives, which wasn't as bad. We had our Hoback incident, which wasn't horrible. We had the Browse knives incident, where, like, granted, he wasn't breaking any laws. This guy out and out stole. Like, in the knife community, we've really kind of avoided a lot of the shittiness that can happen, and we're pretty lucky. But we have to remember, and the reason I do this is I want to get this out there so that people don't fall for this shit again. Because it'll happen again, and there's still people that are like still hopeful. They think that he's actually going to produce these knives, and he fucking isn't. Because, like I said, him and Voss Offren spent that money. Voss Offren went to Europe and was buying synthesizers and hanging out in coffee shops in Amsterdam and stuff like that. Lozano wound up living in their fucking shop. He took all that money, and I think they thought that they'd be able to do it. I think they realized that they'd already burned through it. And so it became like a pyramid scheme. So he made some stuff, and he designed some stuff for other companies, and he basically used that money that they had, what was left. He's like, well, fuck it. We burnt that. We'll just keep lying to them on Kickstarter, and we'll start working on these other projects. And then Voss Offren was like, I'm not doing anything. So he took over and said he was going to start making Voss Offren stuff. None of them came out. So that was 2 projects, $60,000 at least, because I think they both made like $29,000, $30,000. So it's a shitty thing. And we've been really lucky in a knife community. We haven't had too many of these things happen. I mean, there have been some, I'd like to point out, I hate to do it, but I'm really upset with the fact that Dwayne Dwyer is kind of fallen into this almost scammer thing. There's an entire Facebook thread about the fact that people have sent him knives for repairs or have ordered knives, and he's not interacting with them. He took the money. He's not doing anything. He's got one guy that sent him a knife for some minor repair, and it's been like the knife just never has returned. The guy won't return his phone calls. And the fucked up thing is, I like him. I like him as a person. But the fact is that, like, you can't get away with that. And people aren't letting people get away with this. But this guy got away with it once. So, yeah, we had Slicey Dicey really wasn't that bad. Like, Slicey Dicey took money. But, like, I mean, even in all honesty, he crowdfunded for something, and people really were like, well, they wanted to support him. This was an actual product that was supposed to be delivered, and it never was. And like I said, this dude, well, okay, Brian from Transparent Knives is here. Welcome aboard, Brian. Welcome aboard on this slow boat to bullfuckery. But if someone says, here's my first knife, and it's going to be all in-house, but I'm not showing any pictures of my workshop. He did actually show pictures of his workshop before he got him kicked out because he was living in it. But the thing was, like, everybody's like, oh, these knives look awesome. He's already got knives done. I think there was ever only one, and it got sold by Recon 1. Recon 1 sold it. There was one, and it was a little bit different than the actual knife. And it didn't look good. Like, it was all pitted. It was nasty. And he goes, oh, well, no, that's a finish. I was like, no, that's not. That's poorly heat-treated steel. That was steel that was heat-treated. It was not properly sealed, and it oxidized, and you tried to clean it up. There was one, and he sold it. I can't find a single image of that anywhere, especially considering he blocked me on Instagram. But the fact is, like, this guy just out and out stole this money. And people are like, oh, those knives look great. And like I said, what people forget, his entire job was photo accurate, was photo accurate renders. So, well, Aiden, you're a member of a server I made for my community, and it didn't cost a fucking thing. I mean, you pay a membership. It's one of the benefits. It doesn't cost us a monthly fee or anything like that. So that's another one that I would say, well, that's fucking bullshit. When you can start a server yourself for our community, like I did for my paying members, where we spend time, we share things, we do knife trades and things like that, that's no cost. I did it. I set one up. All the paying members have access to it. So to tell me that that's what you're going to use it for, fucking suck a dick backwards. You know? What's this? Here's hoping the dude decides to man up and just self-delete. I don't want that. I would love to see, like, if Paulo would just come out and say, hey, look, I'm a piece of shit. I took all that money. I'm never going to do it again. If I can get money, I'll make retribution. I can, but I'm a piece of shit, and everybody fucking knows it. And I snorted all that money that we spent, and I was living in the workshop, and I got pictures, and there's pictures of him like laying on a couch in the workshop in his underwear, and I'm like, that's not good. That's not a good look. But I mean, I don't want anyone to self-delete. I don't want anyone to self-delete, even a piece of shit like him. Like, I don't. Do I hate him? Yes. Would I slow down for him in a crosswalk? Probably not. Do I want to see him like suck the lead out of a revolver? No, I don't. By the way, oh, you know what we've never done? That's funny. That's what a bell sounds like in space. Actually, no, it doesn't. That was fun. I like that. What are we talking about? I'm talking about a dude that stole like $60,000 of money from the. You'll have to go back and watch the whole thing. I'm not going back through it. But the dude's just a piece of shit. And every year, I treat myself to this. I indulge in a little bit of hatred. I mean, I have a lot of hate. I can't honestly say I hate anyone that much, except for those couple people. Like I said, one of them's dead. Let's see here. Self-deletion is mercy. People should apologize, make shit right. Wasn't a fan of slicey dicey disappear either. He had people he owed things, and that I mentioned that. Like when he went dark, I'm like, he's never gonna make good on any of this. He made good on some high level stuff. Zach, he made good with Zach because Zach was going to talk about it on his channel. He didn't make good with people that were not going to talk. He didn't make good for the people. He didn't make good on his owing people that definitely deserved it. Like the people that he did it just because he knew that those people would say, well, he gave me back mine. What happened to the other people? The other people that don't have channels, the other people that aren't vocal, did they get their money back? I fucking doubt it. I never trusted any of that shit. And here's the thing. He said he was a stand-up comedian. Motherfucker wasn't funny. I gotta do something. Holly's favorite thing. Some fancy cowbell. Okay, so. Oh, I'm not a backer. I do this for fun. I enjoy this. Like, I do this for fun. I enjoy this. And it brings it, I like to once a year, just allow the knife community to remind itself. We got once. He goatseed the entire knife community. He did. Because it sounded good on the face. It definitely sounded good up front. You know what I mean? It sounded awesome. and then it just went to shit. Like if he had just literally taken the money and got the machine, which they already had a machine, and started making the knives, like even if they were late. But it's like one of those things. You ever seen one of those guys that like gets a job and then they get far behind? I mean, I've seen it because I work for the government. You see a guy and he lets himself get behind, and then he just doesn't do anything. And then at the last minute, he's like, no, I need more time. And then winds up leaving. Like they oh, I found a better job, and they leave. And then whoever comes in is stuck. Like, well, he said he was almost done with it. And like he didn't do a fucking thing. Right. And yeah, I was going to say, we've had other people. Sharp Thoughts got the community for over $10,000. Monster Racing, Sharp Thoughts. I quit adding that. Yeah. I forgot about Sharp Thoughts. And you got guys that like the Knife Whisperer. I guess he screwed a couple people out of knives. And it's unfortunate because like I've dealt with that dude, and I think he just kind of got, he's from the Midwest. From what I understand, he got into like the opiates, and it happens back home. It's no excuse, but I'm saying, like, if he can turn his life around, like he screwed Peter over at Therapeutic Edge out of some money. It's just, it's one of those things where like we gotta stay on top of it. And I do this because once a year I get a chance to bag on somebody I truly despise and bring to the humor. Like I said, he said almost complete. The knives are almost done. He sent pictures. He put up pictures of finished knives. We'll go back to it. I'll actually go back to it. Because I went off the reservation. We go to that update, and I'll pull it back up. But like he literally had, and this is the thing I wanted to point out. Like when you look at this, you can see that these are all exactly the same. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna share the screen. You can see that they're all exactly the same, and that's what he was good at. Photorealistic renders. Like you can't tell them apart. I didn't donate to this. I have never donated to this. I never once. He didn't steal my money. He stole other people's money. Shut the fuck up, Polly. Shut the fuck up, Polly, or I'll go see you on our podcast. You aren't going to want to see it. So when I bring this up and I share this, he would probably spend it at the Foxhole Strippers. Hello. I would say you might be right. And he's not from Ohio. He was out here in California. So like when you click on this and you look at this, like that looks really good, right? But there's some definite issues with what you're seeing. They're all exactly the same. There's no like all of it is fake. Those knives don't exist. He rendered that. He did it as a photorealistic render. And I got to admit, I've seen some of the stuff that he did when he was Paul Steck, and he was really good at it. And like if he like I would absolutely 100% back it if he said, look, if you guys will be patient, I'm going to go back to what I do best. I'm going to do renders. I'm going to do photorealistic advertising renders, and I'm going to pay that money back. I would have been like, cool, I'll stop doing these videos every year. Like the second he does that, I'm done doing these videos. And I'll move on to something else. I'll move on to, maybe I'll move on to quartermaster knives for a year or so. But yeah, it's just one of those things I like to do. So yeah, don't get got. What do you guys want to talk about? The next knife show should be at the Foxhole. Next knife show's in Salt Lake City. I'm not gonna do it. He could buy the entire Foxhole for $30K. He could build the Foxhole, operate it, get his liquor license, and pay the strippers for $30K. Can I wear my romper at the Foxhole? All chaps are assless. What do you guys want to talk about? Judd Boone. You guys want to watch? You guys want to watch a little bit? We could, like, first hour was dedicated to that. It's my birthday special. My birthday. I don't think there's going to be, the reason I'm doing it now, my Tuesday is my birthday, but I honestly don't think I'm going to do a Monday live feed. I have what went on with Quartermaster. Oh, you don't know okay, well, let's talk about Quartermaster knives for a few minutes. So Quartermaster knives were a company that they were talking a lot about yes, the Artisan Valor is good. I have it right here in my case. I have to send it to Jared for review as well. It's a great knife. I would absolutely pay $200 for it. I don't need it. I have a bunch of other Farm Forges, and I like the Aloris, their in-house model, better because it's thinner and slices better. But it's a great knife. I did a video about it. So at any rate, what happened with Quartermaster knives was Quartermaster was saying that their knives were American made, a lot like the Jake Hoback shit. And you looked at their headquarters, and it was just like a dead spot on a road. There wasn't even a building there. And then a bunch of guys were getting knives that they ordered, and they were titanium frame locks that magnets stick to. I don't know what you know about titanium. Titanium doesn't at all stick to a magnet. If you really want to verify it, you can probably DM my buddy Adam Chavez, Flip and Bean, on Instagram. He still owns a Quartermaster titanium frame lock, specifically so he can show people that, like, don't buy a Quartermaster knife. And so what was happening was they said their stuff was US made, which you can get away with if your stuff's being shipped from China and you're doing the assembly. You're adding 51% of the overall value of the knife. Perfectly legal. People get upset about it. It's not breaking the law. You can have stuff come from offshore, and then you do the finish, assembly, finish work, the grinding, the sharpening, and it doesn't matter as long as it's more than 51% of the overall value was incurred in the United States. So they got caught, and they got caught fucking lying about what their knives were made out of, got caught lying about the steel, and basically they kind of went out of business. So that was Quartermaster knives. Kind of the same thing happened about the same time. My friend Jason Browse got sucked up in something. Jason was getting stuff sent from offshore. He was getting stuff milled and machined. He was getting parts done offshore. Taiwan, Hong Kong, China. Stuff was coming to him. He was doing the assembly, the finishing, almost like mid-tech. It's basically what you do with a mid-tech. You get parts in, you do the assembly, you do all the finished stuff, but all of the grunt work that takes up the majority of the time that really doesn't require any detail work or skill gets done in a factory. And then you take those parts, you assemble them. So he's kind of doing like mid-tech style. But people found out that he was getting his parts made in China, and everybody blew a fucking gasket. And Jason was like, I'm incurring 51% of the overall value of the knife. The cost, 51% of the overall cost or more is stateside. So therefore I can say it's a US made product, which is in fact a legality truth. But people still got upset. And the reason I got upset about everything that happened with Jake Hoback is, one, I'm not a big fan of Jake Hoback. His person, I just don't like him personally. I don't hate him. We could never be friends. I find things about him untrustworthy and shady. And I was right, because it came out that Jason Hoback was allowing, even though he didn't say, a lie of omission is still a lie. He did not say that his knives were being made in China. And his vendors assumed, because up till that point, all of his knives were USA made. So the Jake Hoback Quayback is an American-made knife. That was his big seller. So they assumed that they were being made in the United States. And so they were selling them as USA-made knives. It's an American-made product. But they were 100% done production style offshore. Jake did not inform his vendors. So he was even worse than Jason. But Jake was the one that led the charge against Jason Hoback, or Jason Browse. He led that charge. He was the one that caused so much shit and almost ran Jason Browse out of business. And then the chicken's coming home to roost, Bobby Boucher. You find out that his shit's being made in China. And then he did not inform his vendors. And he was like, well, that's the vendor's fault, not mine. No. So, the chicken's coming home to roost, Bobby Boucher. I like to say that when somebody leads that charge and then gets caught doing shady shit. So, what was this? Oh, I met Jason. He seems like a good dude. I still have a Raven from him. Yeah, he's a good dude. I like him. I like Jason a lot. He's a really good dude. He makes really good knives. I like a lot of his designs. I've had a couple. I had the Silent Soldier XL in titanium, and stuff like that. Was this Burnt Toast? I know they lied about build location. I didn't know they bullshit about material. Yeah. And then, I mean, then you've got other kind like Mantis knives. Like Mantis knives never really did anything. They just made horrible fucking knives. Like they're like I like to say, like I compare like all that other stuff I said in the intro monologue where I was like, there's been so many things been done. Justin Bieber, the Spice Girls movie, any of the Fast and Furious movies. I equate that to like Mantis knives. Mantis knives are the Fast and Furious movies of the knife community. It is. Hoback saying he outsourced stuff to all sorts of countries like Finland, Mexico. It turns out it was all China was the cherry on top. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, the Quebec, I really feel bad. My buddy traded me a couple knives for a Quebec. I'm sorry. He traded me a knife I really wanted plus some cash for the Quebec because it was a good knife. It really, really was. I'm not going to say it was not a quality knife, and it was 100% American made, and it's a good knife. But right when my buddy said, like, hey, man, can you try and sell this for me? The next day, the whole Hoback thing came out, and people were pissed. But the thing that pisses me off about that one, Brian, is he has suffered so little repercussions for this shit after he almost ruined Jason Browse's business. Like, I honestly think there should be more. I won't ever have another Hoback on the channel. And it's because of the hypocrisy of it. It has nothing to do. I don't mind Chinese-made knives. I don't care. I own a lot of Chinese-made knives. Japan-made knives. I don't care where a knife comes from. I'm that holdout in the community. Like, hey, don't buy this. Don't buy Chinese made. I'm like, I don't give a fuck where a knife is made. It's a good knife. It's a good knife. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it. I like knives. I don't care. Like, you can vilify me all you want. I don't care. Like, I'm not an apologist for Chinese-made knives. I'm just saying I like knives. You send me a knife, if I like it, the last thing I'm going to look at is the country of manufacture. It really is. But that hypocrisy of the fact that he led that charge and then nothing really happened to him, I find that abhorrent. Jason's a great dude. Jake is a fucking dick. I mean, that's been my take on it since the first time I ever met him. I wouldn't pay $550. There's a lot of knives these days. After some of the level of quality I've seen from my buddy in England is texting me again. The level of quality I've seen coming out of a lot of the budget knives and even things like American Blade Works, like the quality of that American Blade Works Model 1 at the price point, insane. Like you're looking at offshore prices for American made quality, and it's a good knife. Like there's enough knives out there that it makes it hard to justify some of those mid-tech prices. And I think that, how do I want to put this? I think it's really almost ruined the custom knife market. I mean, still, there's going to be some custom knife makers that are always going to be able to sell their stuff. Always. And there's going to be mid-tech knife makers that do a good job, and their designs are so good. But the fact is, there are so many good mid-tech and production knives out there. The custom knife market is suffering because those guys never changed their game. It really didn't. But like would I love to only buy American-made knives? Yeah, I just can't afford them. Like back in the day, this was what, $410? You're not going to get a Microtech DOC. If they made this today, you're not going to get a Microtech US made DOC for $410. You're looking at $600, $700, $800. What's the advantage of keeping OEM secret? There really isn't one, except there are a lot of guys. I'll tell you why some makers keep their OEM quiet. There are guys that have found like little niche market OEM guys, like they're small shops that do an incredible job and make super good products exactly the way they want them. If you let everyone know that this little mom and pop machining shop is making your stuff and it's that good, well, now you now have a relationship with that company and they're able to produce your stuff and you're able to be the sole customer. So a lot of times what it is when people are not announcing their OEM, it's because they don't want to saturate that one company, because people go, oh, I've never heard of that one, I'm gonna look into it. And then they reach out and the companies want to make money. So if they come out and they say that, oh, well, I'm using this factory, and then a bunch of other people see the quality, those companies are going to try and say yes until they've reached their maximum capacity. And then the original guy that was using that factory is getting swamped and he can't get his product made. So that's why sometimes makers will not release the OEM data. It's not because they're not proud of the quality of the product, and it's not because they don't want you to know it's made offshore. It's simply protecting themselves to be able to have that capacity to produce. Elliott Williamson is a prime case. Elliott Williamson designs enough knives and makes enough knives that he can completely suck up the entire production capability of a company. He can't. When I reached out to We Knife Company the last time, they're like, we can't make any more knives. Like, we are so full with OEM, we can barely make our production line that we're making. They were like, our knives get done and then OEM. They're like, we are so full. We are at capacity. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, is it who I think it is? And I didn't get a response, but I did get a, I can't say, from my representative at We Knife Company, because I'm one of their designers. He can eat up the entire production capability of a company because his designs are good and people will buy them. Vendors want them because it's a known name. He's finally got the recognition he deserves. That is part of the reason that some people don't tell. Microtech is a sort of another brand. Didn't Tony go crazy anti-Chinese rant before outsourcing to Reich Knife? I don't. He didn't really. He went on an anti knockoff rant at one point. I do remember that. And I'm not gonna argue. Knockoffs, my knife got knocked off. The Stonefish got knocked off. I let We Knife Company know. I was like, Amazon won't take it down for me as the designer. I was like, the We Knife Company won't do it, or I'm sorry, Amazon won't do it for me, but they'll do it for you guys as the company. So I sent him all the info. Best Tech did the OEM for Microtech. Reich is fantastic. There's several other people. I tried to get knives done with Reich, and the U.S. rep apparently got fired, and I never got any more contact info from them. My birthday is actually on the 30th, but like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a Monday live feed. So if I do, it's going to be a lot like the other ones, because I've been enjoying looking at. I've been enjoying the videos where we look at the infomercials. We might just do an infomercial only. It doesn't have to just be knives. Infomercials are fun. Infomercials are fun, and we'll react to them and see. Yeah. So, what else you guys want to talk about? I'm not going to Bud K. I'm not going to give you guys any ideas. I can already see there's some scheming going on in the DM section. I can't see the DMs, but I can see there are DMs I don't know if you guys know this. As the owner of my Gilded server. See? There you go. Spot on with everything I said about secret OEMs. Yeah, that's a lot of times is they're just they're protecting their capabilities. Thank you, Jim. Welcome, Jim. I would have invited you to come on for my birthday celebration thing. We talked about Paulo Blazano a lot. You should go back and watch my monologue, my intro monologue. So Jod Boone, are you guys seriously want to watch Cutlery Corner Network? I can do that. We can do that. That's no problem. It's not monetized, so I won't get a copyright strike. I mean, I'm not going to get monetized. I have said so many bad things about that individual that there's no way this video is getting monetized. That's why I put the thing down there, because the only money I'm going to make on this video is super chats. So let me close these windows because I just don't want to look at the Mars knife thing anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change the background. The Max Ace Black Mirror. I have not seen any of the newer Max Ace. I've seen some of the older Max Ace knives, and they were really good. I did a couple videos about them and things like that. And I haven't gotten to see any of the newer stuff, but the ones I did get to see were great. CCN. Okay, well, I'm trying to pull it up. I'm gonna pull up Cutlery. I got to pull up YouTube to do it. I got to get it set. So you guys are gonna have to. Oh, hey, look, my birthday special. Here, look, we'll pull this up. What was it? Monterey Bay Knives is that way about their OEM. Yeah, exactly. Because, like I said, guys like Elliot that can eat up the entire capability of a company, he's a capitalist. He wants to make more knives. So if we knife company can't make knives for him, he's going to find other companies that can do OEM, and he's going to spread his OEM across several businesses. And that definitely makes it difficult for smaller makers, for guys that don't have as many designs, for guys that want larger production, or they want set, like, I want to guarantee these numbers every time. That's why they keep it secret. Eventually somebody's going to find out, like there'll be some leak. I already know. Sanford knows I know. I wouldn't tell you. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like I wouldn't tell anyone where Elliot is looking for new OEM. I wouldn't tell anyone anything about Elliot's new designs. It's just not fair. Like I basically, is it written that I have an NDA? No, but I had an above top secret clearance when I was in the military. I can keep a fucking secret. So yeah, we'll watch. I'm gonna pull up Cutlery Corner Network. Here we go. We'll let me mute it. I want to mute it until I can get the echo reduction done. So we're gonna share this. Jim, I do have to say, Jim, you've had some ringers. You've had some humdingers of Instagram posts lately. Let's see here. No one's gonna donate to my birthday fund? I'm kind of hurt. What's this? Okay, Jim says, I've announced some of my OEM partners. Thank you, Honey Bear. Wait. That sounds cool. Jim Skelton says, I've announced some of my OEM partners for some of my upcoming projects, but I have 3 knives in the works and with one company, and I'm not saying shit about who they are until the project is finished. I don't read so good without my reading glasses. There we go. So yeah, let's pull this up. We're gonna share a screen. There's only one cure. Share this. Maximize this. Let me get over here. Can you guys hear it yet? If you guys can already hear it, let me know, because I can't hear it. I'm just curious because I have 2 separate audios. I'll close this. Here we go. Let's see here.
Those not your 3 3/4. That's your giant.
Oh, it's bird mouth.
4.5 inches closed.
Cobra Strike, brand new, all steel wear, and the complete collection.
Different rings in that now. 111151. What is the show today? It is called Lights Out. This is something we've been working on for a couple of weeks.
I have been really excited and anticipating this to be on the show today.
Thank you, Beard of
It's
Doom.
only $98. So you have 10 different fixed blades here on the table. We're going to go through.
You guys want to hear?
Look at all these, but
Okay,
This is a
once again,
25-inch
I've been
machete.
talking bad about people. I've
It's
said it a
only
bunch of times.
$9.80.
This chick sucks dick
Every
behind a
knife on
fucking
the
gas
table,
station for coke.
$9.
A lot like the My Pillow guy.
So this one has the black
And the dude with her,
non-glare finish
every
on
time
the
I've ever
blade,
seen him in a
fold-out
video, he
blade,
looks
saw
like
that sign,
he has a
pretty
bird in
fantastic.
his mouth.
Big rubber sheer grip handle, chunky handle, the lanyards here, shoulder strap sheath, right? $9.80. That's why this set's called Lights
This
Out.
is,
Here's a bayonet.
look at that thing.
So this is made by the Tac Extreme line, bayonet
Shit,
style,
not a coffee.
rubber sugar grip handle, and this one is a 14-inch.
I have not.
And it has the black non-glare finish. Great outdoor knife.
Jesus
hard case sheet.
Christ.
$9.80. There's
$9.80.
I could find anywhere else in this price range.
I think she's wrong. It says $98.
Big survival buoy, also made by the Tac Extreme line. 14-inch buoy right there. I have a couple down front, Tac Extreme. This is a 12-inch. Yeah, this is another
That's her
one
number,
from
Mike. I've been in a truck for a long
15.
time.
And the one right below it, I believe, is also.
He has a dip pouch full of coke in his
all
lip.
these have just
Unfortunately,
really unique blade designs,
the Lord and
military
Savior
outdoor
of
work around the house,
Cutlery
a
Corner
machete
Network
type knife, basically what that is. This one
is
you're gonna
not
have your
currently
side.
on.
This is the 12-inch.
Nathan.
So it's, there's nothing fancy about it. It's not
Yeah, no
made
shit.
fancy. It's just
You
made
think-
to get the job done, and
So-
it's got a good feel to it. I like the fact the lanyards
I
over
know
there.
most of you guys know this.
Then have
We
one
watch
that's gonna
this
be in
all the
8-inch
time
range right there. This
together
one
on my Gilded
also
server.
has the
We'll
finger
watch
grooves,
it, and then
which
I have a
like.
group chat where we all just
Full-frame
comment.
construction. There's the nylon sheath with that one too.
I'm afraid.
Here's another great one. $9.80. So this one definitely has more of a military look to it. I like that hard case sheath.
Oh,
that goes
God.
With that, I call this a boot knife, and it also has.
Dude, why would you send me
this
that?
extra item here, which is a fire starter.
I think
that's going to fit.
my dick
in the
just
sheath
self-deleted.
Right there. So that's razor edge.
My dick
on
was like,
either
I'm out.
side.
Pow.
That's going to be a great find. And then this is the one with the hand guard.
That's
So
the one with
that
a
is
hand guard.
15-inch Tac Extreme buoy with the hand guard. Lights out. We have a total of 10 knives there on the table.
Wow.
$9.80 a piece. That retail is $391.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of big knives on that
You
table
stop
too, on the
fucking
lights
lying,
out,
bitch. That is
15-inch
none of
buoy,
those knives are worth that.
25-inch machete. And then some others that fall in between. There's several in that deal that you probably want to keep for yourself. You can resell the others.
Hey, man,
It is-
I don't
it
think
is
these
by
knives is
far
good.
one
Yeah, I
of
know,
the best
PDM. You can
bargain
go back. Go back,
buys
sit back down.
of the day.
Go sit in the corner.
Our next item is the Ram's Horn Oxhorn Showcase. This is a really
I
good
hate
deal
this
on
dude.
this set. Get 8 of these. These are brand
Hey,
new.
Jim.
Just got these back in.
When
8 of these for
when Jod Boone
$140.
shows up,
Now, what
you can
really
tell me his name's Todd all you
is
want.
the
When the
icing
other
on the
dude shows
cake
up,
of this
Jim,
deal being a really good deal
like
is
you'll be
you
even
get this
snorting
display
and
case for
sniffing,
free.
and we're like, dude, that dude is coked out. Every one of these mirrors is all scratched up. I'm like, what are they doing? There's like residue and shit. I'm like,
Made up in Manchester, Ohio.
Manchester, Ohio. They're not. The only thing in Manchester, Ohio is an institution and a prison.
These are all natural. There's your 6-inch drop point coonskinner, 6 inches overall. There's your Wrangler Stockman.
Our next
You have
item.
Ram's horn on the exterior. Your middle portion.
So these are-
is oxhorn.
Are
Now,
these
there's
Bull
one
and
of my
Bear?
favorites.
I
There's
can't.
The Barracuda, a 3.5-inch closed lock blade.
There's the Choctaw.
That Choctaw.
Yeah, the peanut, the toothpick. And I'm happy to see the 2-blade doctor knife. So you're unexpected.
I think these are Bull and Bear, and they're just garbage. I've had Bull and Bear, Hen and Rooster. I've had people give me those. They're fucking hot trash. There are a couple knives they do sell on here that are kind of worth it. Jim, have you ever seen any of the Arno Bernard knives?
It does.
I think they're a little expensive, but they're still
It has
okay.
black in it, but then you may get one that's got some really beautiful, kind of a cocoa
These are-
color amber striping in it with white patches. It's all over the place. It's beautiful handle.
These are horrible.
And the display, you get it for free. So
No, you
raise
don't.
is
I got news for you. They're not giving you
$15
anything for free. You're paying for all of it.
And the knives are only $15. This
Oh,
one
I get a husk.
is really
Oh,
the best
oh, you know what that music means?
well-rounded, awesome buy.
Yeah, I think they're okay. Like that's one of the ones that are on here. I've seen his knives. I've never met him, but I've seen his knives.
guys lined up to show you more giveaways to go. So you guys stick with
There,
us.
there he is. He looked like he got a bird in his mouth. Please tell me we're bringing up Jod. Is Jod coming? I'm hoping. No, it's these two.
And welcome back. I thought about this knife today, knowing that here we are going into hunting season, fall and winter. But these are made in Sweden. They do have that stabilized curly birch handle.
I used to sell my beard products at knife shows. The things aren't cheap. No, they aren't.
I can't say enough good words about this knife. They're just splendid.
They are.
She's like, I can't say enough words about this because I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
I'm going to guess 3/8 of it. Is that a quarter of an inch thick?
Look at how thick that is.
I think it's more like a quarter of an inch thick on the steel. You know.
Well, the leather sheet too kind of has a special thing happening with it because there is a magnetic
There we go. That's better.
striker that will come along with it, and it will fit into the leather sheet. And that is, you're going to get hundreds of strikes off of this. It also has that curly birch
handle to the striker. This is what I would do. I'd probably go up and then pull the strap. And I'll tie this together.
Really nice.
I can't leave that voice filter on. I'll start laughing at myself. Why are these children selling knives?
Yeah, and
Somebody knocked something over.
Really good high-end hunting knife. It is. It's a knife, carbon steel blade, easy sharpening, superb. This is a knife right here. It will last you forever. It sure will. $400 is the retail. We're going to sell it to you for $200.
Y'all know that this is going to get better right now, right?
50 cents from a $10.99
Woo! I can't say enough. Oh, there we go. I can't say enough words about this because I started sucking dick at the truck stop when I dropped. I dropped out when I got out of grade school.
And then it has two
What the
bonus
fuck
items.
is that?
For the two, one being the shotgun shell, the other is the sharp spoolie valued at $39.
Yeah, this is a super deal. Normal price on these is $238. You get it for $198. This is the
Now,
one.
I've owned Winchester knives, and unless they have drastically realized this, though, it's a job. They don't often get to choose what they sell. I know. They have to fill multiple hours with dead air time coming up. I know you used to have to sell garbage watches.
With the skull, this is the one with the skull. That's the important part.
I'm kidding. They weren't all garbage. Actually, you know what? And Jim can verify that. Invicta watches aren't horrible. I own an Invicta watch. It's an okay watch. It keeps really good time. It's a decent knife.
Winchester Spag Spotlight. Now we have another
That
one
shit
as
is
well
tough.
for
I do it 6 hours a week right here.
Hourglass shield. It's also
I know. I like to pick on these.
Two of them that you can get.
I mean, yeah, Invicta. It's not no fucking. It ain't no Rolex. The one I've got's got a really nice Seiko movement in it. It's attractive.
Same frame, same handle.
Comes with the 12 gauge round. So there's that. No. Did you not hear him? That is an Italian-made Winchester authorized shotgun shell knife. Oh, here we go.
Where are we going to start? Let's talk about the lanyard. Okay. The fin
These
and
aren't bad.
fur,
I would like to
yeah,
get
fin
one.
and fur and fin and feather has one unique. You get the kangaroo
That's the one I got.
lanyard
Burnt toast.
that's included. Plus, you get the little barrel bead that is also composed of the kudu bone.
Right.
That's
Some were
such a-
trash, some were
I always
exceptional.
thought
Remember, I had my
this
own
was
show where I
nice.
chose. Yeah,
Just on
Rolex,
this fin and fur,
high-end
fin
watches.
and feather.
It's give and take.
That's it.
Yeah,
It has the
they have the
original
one that's like the
kudu bone handle and
Submariner
the original
knockoff.
collar,
I
because
don't
now
care.
we're
I don't
seeing
use it
that in
anymore
blue,
because
which is nice. It's a show exclusive to get it in blue.
I just don't wear that kind of
I do like
watch. I wear my
that
Apple Watch now, but
brown
it's a
color.
decent
Like I'm
watch.
looking at it here. You kinda
Oh, I'm
see
not
some
into watches
gold
either. I have a
around,
watch.
and it just
I had a
feels
bunch
so
of really
good.
nice
It's
watches when our house got broken into. I'd gotten them when I was in I'd gotten them when I was in the Middle East. I was in Bahrain. I went to the gold souk and I bought some really expensive gold watches because they were fucking next to nothing. And when a house got robbed, somebody stole them.
It's a very small company. Which
I'm not putting another like fucking $9 grand into fucking watches. Had 3 watches. Fucking $9 for 3 watches. And I got stolen.
Doing such a wonderful job, and I just really
Yeah,
like
I'd love to.
support 'em.
They look
Just the
like
quality
nice,
of the
and
knives
from
they
what I
send
understand,
us,
they run
they
their
deserve to
N690
stand
really
out.
well, and the handles always look good.
$262. Item number is 1033.94.
It's our free freight opportunity of the week. And this
Oh,
is
it's
a
the
great
free
one.
shipping
7
knife.
inches closed
Ooh, look
is
at
the
it.
Cost Elite Assisted Opener.
It's fucking
7
horrible.
inches closed, 12 inches as shown there in the graphic. Stonewash blade finish.
A
rear
12-inch
side pocket
folder?
clip opens up
Jesus Christ.
really quick. It's an assisted opener.
Oh,
As long as you get this number 111156 on your order, we will pay ground freight shipping anywhere in the country.
Kudu bone is awesome.
Folks, it's a deal.
No, it's not.
It's a great deal. It's called the Outdoorsman Special, but these are Hen and Rooster knives.
Hen and Rooster are garbage.
Kitchen knives or outdoor adventure camping.
Well, wait, before you
knives.
sell it, why don't you
Whatever.
get past the
If you
honeymoon
did
period and
ever
send
just
that to
get
me
it,
so I
because
can
for
do a video.
$9.95, you now
I
get
won't
all
sell it.
5 things. Now, originally
Promise.
this was only going to be a 4-piece set.
I won't steal it.
But this
Look,
one
like
made it in the
every time we
mix.
watch this, I'm like, this is the best knives they picked out. Look how fucked up these knives are.
$9.95. It's a tomato knife, the Hen and Rooster.
They're all scratched and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's the best ones they have. So you're seeing the best possible version of that knife.
Folks, that is a deal. You got that. That's the full-size chef's knife. I don't care what anybody says. That's worth $9.95 easily by itself. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The tomato
That's-
knife, that would be the one I would use all the time. You got a potato peeler.
Oh,
What else? You got a paring knife.
This is like the shit we watched last night. Spanky, I will put you in timeout.
We realize it's what's this, August? Yeah, it's almost
I also like the new white.
August? It's almost the end of August, you fucking idiot.
Now, black, there's nothing wrong with the black.
But wait, there's more. We watched Jim last night, or on Wednesday. We watched the Ron Popeil Ronco six-star knife infomercial. Well,
Look at this
here's the
brand
thing.
new Primble just came in today.
I do have an
45
accent.
turquoise, and this is also one of the knives that will get you qualified for the previous one.
That's right. The Sharp Cutlery buoy is.
So this is one of the Michael Prater, like,
Yeah, when do these come in?
Today.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know
this
what
is
day
one
it
of
is.
those, so
Each
Mike, he gets
probably
these
here or
frames
somebody
without
around
scales, and then
here.
he puts these bones in,
This is
and
the
I'm
full
like,
size. Look, that tractor
fucking
right
why are you doing it on these garbage knives? So he does these knives, like Michael Prater does a bunch of fucking,
It's hard to get used to
Jesus
saying
Christ,
that.
like he does a lot of stuff that looks really good, like when he does, like when he modifies like the Buck 110 and does file work. It's not my aesthetic, I don't like it, but this is fucking, why are you doing it on garbage knives?
This is the full size trapper. I'm going to assume.
Like he's modified that knife. That means that at $98, that's the most expensive that will ever be.
John Primble script style oval shield. This is some of those high carbon stainless blades as well from that same manufacturing group.
Apparently it's not scratchless. You pay $98 for a knife, and that motherfucker comes with a big scratch on the blade.
I like that oval shield, Primble oval shield. Now the knife that you're getting for free, it's valued at $39. So that comes with this brand new 40.
Boy, they are really trying to get rid of that fucking ugly ass fucking knife that's up in the top underneath the price. That blade finished though. Yeah, that blade is finished. Oh, here we go. The Elite Edge.
This is also something brand new. It's called the Elite Extreme.
No, it's not.
$17.48. You have a stonewash.
ELITE
That's 5.5
DGE. There is one E missing from that. It is not Elite Edge. It's either Elite Dig or Elite Edge. There's no two ways around it. Like they couldn't even get it. Like they couldn't afford an extra E. Look at that. ELITE EDGE. There's a letter missing. We were talking about Quartermaster earlier. Adam Chavez has one that he keeps just to show people how bad they were fucking people. It's a titanium. It was a titanium frame lock flipper that the magnet sticks to the scales. It's a littered edge.
Your leg or
Hell, man, even I know that that's spelled wrong, and I don't spell shit. Like, do I look like the kind of guy you'd ask how to spell something? And I still got it closer than they did.
It's a really unique. It's kind of got a cleaver style blade, partial serration.
What do you call that? What do you call that one? You put it in the middle of a sentence when you make a list. A snake bite? You mean colon? Yeah, that one. Where's that one at?
The Duo retail is $72. Your price only.
Backslash. Oh, snake bite. Double slash. Enter.
Michael Prater. This is the Primble Suji Stockman.
This is
also a brand new item.
Oh, yeah, I've never.
Nah, it's not Jod. It's the other two fucking doofuses. Jod can hold it down by himself.
Square jawed or square bolstered stock knife.
Gorgeous. Now, this has got to be the first time I've seen it on a Primble. How about you?
Yeah.
We've seen it on a Hennemerster Skinner. Yes. I mean, it just
look at the scratches on those bolsters, for fuck's sake.
Few amount of times. And that one is also $98.75. Plus, you get the Skinner. You know,
that's
the Sharps booty there.
And we've got a good price point on these. This is that big Stockman that has the high carbon stainless steel blades. The knife did not leave the factory like this. Michael Prater, of course, customized it with these beautiful purple Suji handles.
Look at the scratch on that blade.
In such a way it's got the half stop design.
King Snake Jake, what's happening, bud?
Sheep foot blade and spade blade. Primble nickel silver.
Factory seconds.
Oval shield.
Factory thirds.
And again, the free Sharps Cutlery boom.
Factory. Holy shit, look what they threw away. We can take this out of this dumpster and sell it online.
Really nice to be able to say that.
Okay, past midnight later.
And a great looking knife. John Primble final steel edge on the master.
Oh my goodness. This is something special. This makes me want to drink, and I quit drinking. This is probably not good for my mental well-being. I'm like, fuck, I want a beer.
This is the knife jar stew, and that name cracks me up because I know when
Jesus,
stew,
they're not even fucking trying anymore.
A little bit of everything, and that is exactly what we have. And you will get 3 different jars to go along with it. There are 30 total knives. It is $69.
What, a Jim Leaf?
And 95 cents.
I didn't
so
see.
Basically, each jar is going to have 10 knives. It's going to be an assortment. And what we have here on the table is a nice sampling of what we also have. I don't see
any comments from Jim.
Knives, pocket knives, smooth bone
oh, well,
handles.
good night, Jim. I'm sure I'll find something all fucked up online to look at, find a picture of it, and send it to you while you're sleeping for you to wake up to. Be like, I send shit to Jim. I send shit to Jim in the middle of the night, hoping that he wakes up in the morning and the first thing he says is, "What the fuck is that?" Kyle, take it easy. They dumped it. It's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, "Is this a TSA box?" Can you believe they threw out a perfect, good half-eaten burrito? All these knives. We should sell this shit. I'm keeping the burrito. Those are fucking hideous.
There's a little swell center Coke bottle jack in there. There's one that I really like, that little drop point smooth.
I need to find Jim's comment. I see he said it looked like Quartermaster. What I love is that you're joking about it, but your hillbilly accent is perfect. I know that. I read that.
People will use these to resell. You put those knives in there and put a price point on it, so you can resell. But
I don't like, what was he talking about? Was he talking about my accent? Because I already read that one. I don't see it. Somebody's going to have to screenshot it and send it to me on the Gilded server. It is not. You're full of shit. So my buddy Tino and I were watching this the other night. We were trying to like figure out, like, if we went to the swap meet with this shit, what would we be able to sell it for? So we paused it. We looked it up online. We looked at all the items. We looked at what shipping was going to be. And you can make money on this in the right situation. But like, you gotta do it, and it's gonna take you a while. Like, you're not gonna be able to sell all that shit at one sitting at a swap meet. What the fuck is that?
Wonderful. I was like, yes, it does. I think he had a big hand in making Mardi Gras. Like, it has a perfect name too. It's got a lot of color, a lot of sparkle. And now Steel Warrior has 8 total frames
including the brand new, the lady leg right there. That one just came in. That's 3 1/4 inches closed. Look at that. That is a beautiful, so appropriate on this knife.
I just saw the comment that Jim sent. Oh, that's good. That's good.
On the top, there's the Choctaw.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, I will find out where you live and I will come to your house. Do not buy something like this for my birthday. If you're going to get me something for my birthday, get me something I can use. Like a pop filter for my microphone or something.
There's a big premium trapper, the 4 1/8 inch closed.
Winston Cobretti has given me better gifts than any of you. And he's done it numerous times. You guys waited till I got drunk and made me buy knives off this show. Winston sent me a fucking Spyderco Police. Fucking catch up. I'm just kidding.
So basically, think about that. You take $58 off your sale price, so it's $120.
They've been bedazzled.
$15 a piece. The display's free. Mardi Gras showcase.
Somebody got crazy with the bedazzler.
58. And since that is a big 12 by 18 display, I would go ahead and get that.
That's like Boker got fucked. Boker Mermaid got fucked by a frost cutlery knife.
Just on the handle. It is assisted opening, stone wash finish, but it is a black and blue handle. And it is $19.95.
I used to work for the federal government. I used to do background checks. I taught people how to do background checks. I taught people how to do wants and warrants. Pretty sure I could fucking find you guys. It's not that hard.
$298. Item number is
I'm not kidding. I'll DM you guys. I will DM you guys a copy of the certificate. I went to the Justice Telecommunications background check wants and warrants instructor school in Washington, D.C. I can find you. Just remember that. I got a sneaking suspicion that I would be able to track you because I already know that you've got a home not that far from me, which means that I'd be able to find a forwarding address, which means that you're going to have to pick that stuff up eventually. I'm patient.
The deal is when we make these large dealer sets like this, the key is variety. So we try to get you a little bit of everything. There's going to be knives in here you want to keep. There's knives in here that you want to resell.
There's not even. I don't even want to touch those knives.
Freedom to do what you want because we call
oh yeah, that one's okay. That one's kind of cool. But that's basically a ZT-0300, which is one of the things that I said was a poor decision in the knife community. You know, we had the ZT-0300. Anything made by
every knife on the tables is $2.35. Those knives you can resell plus $20 a piece. The kitchen cutlery set. This is your chef deluxe
Tyler.
edge set.
All chaps are assless.
White handles. 21 pieces. It's valued at $89.95.
You fucking lying bitch. There is no way it's worth that much. 2 flex payments.
Chef knife. There's a large cleaver. All kinds of items there.
Those pivots, if you look at those pivots, those are pop rivets. Like those are riveted pivots. Oh my God.
That has the blue tack right there. Those are about 5 inches. Is the lock back. You can see the tooled out blade.
Oh my God.
$2.35 piece. What are you going to resell that at? $16.75.
That is
bright yellow. This is
don't waste your money on this shit, boys.
Yellow tactical.
I already did it once. Like I honestly, no one purchased any of these, not even for my birthday as a gag, because they butt fuck your email address. I've gotten probably 6 emails from them while we were sitting here. We see you watching. Shut the fuck up.
Frame with the snow blind camo on the handle. Turkey tracks. I am seeing some turkeys out and about right now, and there's a dealer dozen of those. This is also pretty new. It is a blue and black camo design, eagle eye cutout. That's a great looking knife right there. Dealer dozen to work with. So it's giving you inventory. It's giving you stock. So if you do set up at a store or
Shane, if you're still here, I got your DM.
And resell, you have a dealer dozen. These are your search and rescues in the all black.
Shit, I already gave my last $5.
Been around as long as I can remember. We have the park rangers. Nice dealer dozen.
Oh, you motherfuckers. You're some shitty friends.
Dagger boot knife, razor edge on both sides.
We're only gonna do this for a few more minutes. I forgot to announce to you guys. Hang on, let me mute this for a second.
So you can wear it either way, and it even has
I meant to tell you guys. I am going to, because I had a lot of coffee. As soon as we break from here, I'm going to set up my. I'm going to go back and set up my my old gaming YouTube channel, and I will post it in a Gilded server because I don't like Twitch. It's not one to interact real well, and it's just easier. So anybody that wants to do it, I'll post it up that I started my gaming channel again, and we can play video games, and I'll get nasty, curse, and swear because I get frustrated playing video games. So I'm gonna resurrect my YouTube gaming channel. I'm just not gonna, because I don't drink. I don't think I'm gonna get demonetized and kicked off. Hang on a second. Let's pull this back up.
bright orange. I like that EMS orange. And
Oh
then
my
right
God.
above that, Quicksilver buoys. You know, our Quicksilver buoys, that's something that I've always kind of focused on. They're wonderful knives, excellent quality, big, wide handles, rubber sure grip handle. You have a brass guard on those and a nylon sheath. They actually make 3 in the series. We have 2 of them here on the set. You're only
The
paying
fuck?
$2.
You know what those are? You guys know what those are right there? Those are shitty fucking steak knives you get at Outback Steakhouse. You're like, what the fuck? And then you're like, fuck, I got to risk dulling my knife to actually. I was like, oh, you know, only thing I want is a knife that'll cut a fucking steak.
Steak knife set. And I was thinking back the other day, I think I've had these for like 15 years. I don't have 10 anymore. You know, they disappear over the years. But the ones I do have, I use, and I've never had to sharpen them. And they just work great for everything. I use them for a paring knife, not just for
Sean, I haven't sharpened that slim midi. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this weekend with the kid being sick and stuff. I've got to try and figure something out. I think we're taking her in to get another test done over the weekend.
Standards, $127.
Because the base never closes.
$298. FlexPay gives you too much to pay for this set instead of just one lump sum.
And if you don't, we come to your fucking house.
The sword, the axe, the buoys, the dealer dozens,
That's like,
your tacticals, the kitchen cutlery. It's all.
it's like somebody was like going down the aisles and like just knocking boxes on a cart and just going down through it. Like, that's what we're putting up for this batch. Figure out what we got to charge.
You're right. You're saying that right. 8 pieces for only $69.95. That's an hour choice, which means I'm going to tell you the truth. We've got way more than the 8 shown right here. You're guaranteed 8. You're guaranteed a retailer somewhere around 200.
You're guaranteed 8, and we're gonna pick the 8 shittiest fucking ones we have. Like when you grab it, you can just like bend it like sheet metal. It's like a flea market had diarrhea.
Maybe the jungle 5. Well, no.
Yeah. Absolutely. We didn't just void it. We violated it. Rectally. Sean, it is so much easier. It's no less pressure, but it's so much easier to get access to it. And I didn't take out near as much material as I had drawn on it. It felt great. I was like, I may have to go back and take off more material, but I didn't. It was really good.
That's right. 8 of these. 8 is an hour choice, but we guarantee you're gonna be happy.
Well, guarantee you're gonna be happy. No, you can't do that. Don't you do that because it's a fucking lie.
$8.74 each.
So she's gift boxes, not for $8.74.
Sub-Hill Fighters in there. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Did you get to see the video, Sean?
You know, we come across a deal like this a few times a year, and this is the time. Those fall kind of.
Did you get to see the video?
Clearance deals. I'll let buoys show up.
Yeah, and we've got the stock on them right now. And my dad used to say this. I'd get mad when he would buy too much. I'm more conservative. He wasn't. I'm going to tell you what he would say. Stock up on these because, as my dad would say, they won't go bad and they don't eat anything. Okay? Folks, this is a great deal.
Jesus Christ. I was waiting for something.
$39.95.
I thought he was going to say something prophetic and like be like something. My dad used to say this. I was like, yeah, stock up on these because I was like, did your dad have Alzheimer's or did he just drink a lot? Which was it?
8 different ones. Like there's the 16-inch Sub-Hill Fighter. Super deal here.
Definitely the
I don't
best
care.
bargain.
I'm still not a fan of Greg's Nice. Like I said, quality's great. It's just I don't like any of the fucking designs.
And this is our
There's your free
pre-play
shipping knife.
opportunity of the week. It's number 111156. It's a great deal. 7 inches closed. That's 12 inches.
Way you see it open right there in the graphic. $19.95 gets you free ground shipping anywhere in the continental United States, and that's on anything and everything that you buy. That's good until August 31st at 9 p.m. Eastern. Take advantage of that. I know shipping and get a really nice heavy
as well. Number 111156. This is our Pearl Spotlight. This is Hen and Rooster. Yes, that price.
Oh, let's
is
see here.
right.
Any
$24
suggestions for a
and
knife
63 cents.
roll case
It's a
options for
3 1/4 inch
storage?
close.
Doesn't
Half
feel
width,
right having $2,000 with
Pearl
knives and
handles,
it's $10.
acrylic overlay. Feel safe and carry this. It has the acrylic overlay protectant on it.
Hang on a
It's a
second.
great knife, a great Sunday
Pitt,
knife.
first of
Some
all,
people call these top patterns. Good luck by Hen and Rooster. 41.
thanks, Chuck It. You beat me to it. I would absolutely recommend going to Now Pack. Andy can get you not just the case. You can pick your case. Pelican cases are fucking expensive. But you can pick your case, and he can also do inserts for you so that you can keep all your knives in the case, and they're just milled out. You don't have to pick and pluck. It's like hard, dense foam and all that stuff. Mike, what's your thoughts on the pinch and roll method? Thanks for reminding me my balls itch. It's perfect. It's the best way to do it. You just don't want to pinch and catch a hose. Pinch and catch a hose or a grape, it's gonna suck.
But these are also numbered. They are 2021s. Dark red jig bound, you'll get a certificate. You'll also have that really nice leather bound gift box.
Yeah, that's what we call the snakeskin box. And that is a Frost Cutlery exclusive. That
Why do you call it
right
snakeskin
there,
box?
An alligator box. That's what we call the alligator box.
Well, why do you call it that? Because it still doesn't look like that to me.
Started getting those in the 1980s. It was a little bit different size and a different color, but that's always been a Frost Cutlery exclusive. I've got one right now. It's a brown alligator style box from about 40 years ago.
Oh, okay, I can see it now. I'm looking at this. I didn't see the texture on it. I went to Harbor Freight and got an Apache case. They're cheap and have the pick and pluck foam in it. They're good, yeah. I mean, my case is not a Pelican. I got it for free.
We have a deer skinner here.
Nice. Nice. I have that. I have that. It's in tricolor rich light. I have that exact knife. You motherfuckers bought it. Hang on a second. I'll show you. Talk amongst yourselves.
Very simple and makes the field dressing part very easy. Designed for easy. It says gutting of fish and game. It's a 4.5 inch.
Is that a new item?
I have that knife. You sorry motherfuckers bought the thing for me.
I think there's only 60 of these. That's why there's only 60 cents.
Okay, and you've got a really nice fixed blade there. Frostwood handle, 9 inches overall.
Same one.
By Chipaway. Full tank construction, drop point blade. Golly, both these only $14.60. That's a deal.
No, it ain't.
$15.60.
No, it ain't. This was the woo of the week.
There it is. That's really a good deal.
Yeah, you know why we still haven't done the Cutlery Corner Knife Works stuff sharpening yet, Aiden? Because I don't want to fucking sharpen it.
I've never even seen this apparatus. I've never even seen that.
I've never seen this apparatus.
Super deal. They're both worth that each. $14.60. The Huntsman, number 111185.
We have the
God damn, mosquito just bit me on the heel.
It's a really bold black and white stripe. You also have crosswood and emerald with spacers.
What is that?
$14.88.
Pitt, thank you very much for the donation, by the way.
And then this is the way you can get our app. We have a new Cutlery Corner Network app.
They have a fucking app? They have a fucking app?
It's a real quick way to get to our website. We have a lot of sales on our website. You can watch the show there. Close out.
I know. I'm going to do it. I just don't want to do it yet.
All right. We'll
They have an app.
Wherever you want to go next. Looks like we're going to take a break.
What the fuck is it? This is Cutlery Corner Network, Zachariah. This is Cutlery Corner Network. It's a lot of fun. Somebody dropped a mirror. John must be coming.
We will be here, but you can always find us on the website. So we'll be back here in just a couple of seconds. Thank you so much.
Please be Jod. Are they going to come back with Jod, or are these two going to come on?
Well, we're back.
Damn
We
it!
are back with a blast. We have a very dynamic knife to show you here. This is a big Hen and Rooster 5.5-inch clasp knife, same as Case's Bulldog pattern. This one,
you're going to see it.
Customized by Michael Prater, and what you see there is a gorgeous handle. Purple
No, it's
matrix
not. You know what it
handle.
looks like? It looks like that looks like something that they took out of Prince's rectum.
And this is on a limited run customization project.
Hen and
It's a
Rooster.
collaboration with Michael Prater and Hen and Rooster, and as you can see, dual certificates of authenticity are included.
We watch this all the time, Zachariah, when we do it. But we're going to stop here because it's been 2 hours. So we are going to end that. We're going to end that because it's been 2 hours. I don't want to run these. Where's Jod? I know we missed Jod. Jod Boone. Jod Boone, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't decided what I'm going to, because I had a lot of coffee. I don't know if you guys can tell. I got an order from Coffee Brand Coffee. I came in and I have been partaking of it heavily today because I love the Coffee Brand Coffee Roast number 3. I love it. I'm not even, okay, I don't even have an affiliate link. That affiliate link that I gave you guys is a dead link. It doesn't even work. I don't care. I'm still going to talk about it because it's really good coffee. So, yeah, I'm probably, so we get done. I'll go to the Gilded server and ask if you guys want, we can hang out for a little bit. I do have to film some stuff tomorrow. We can hang out in a private video session if you guys want to. Just let me know. I'll as soon as we get done from this, I'm gonna break down some of these lights and we can watch something on here. Probably watch a movie. I think we should watch a movie. I know what we should watch. So if you're a paying member, stand by in the Gilded server and I will probably post up a movie night post, and we're probably going to watch Super Troopers or Starship Troopers. I'll put up a selection of things we can watch. So, yep. I'm going to end. Guys, any of you guys that donated, thank you very much for donating to my birthday fund, because I think I'm going to actually get myself something. I think maybe I made enough tonight to get a burger. Just kidding. So, what do you mean, nope, bedtime fucker? It is Friday night. So, at any rate, like I said, I am going to adjourn. I will talk to the paying members on the Gilded server. If you are a paying member and you have not joined the Gilded server, I would ask that you do so, because we do a lot of fun stuff there. You can also DM. I have Knife Trade, a bunch of other stuff set up there. So if you're already a paying member, you should take care of that benefit. I think actually, I have to say that I think it's the best benefit I have because, like I said, everybody communicates with each other. It builds that community of the paying members, which is what I want. I wanted to have, like, if you're a paying member, I want it to be a community. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy other people. We have a lot of conversations on there. We talk about anything we want. Sometimes we annoy each other. Sometimes we piss each other off. I don't censor myself. If you want to know what my political views are, you'll find them on Gilded. But a lot of times I'm just posting up shit that I found is funny. Just tons of live. It's like this. It's like having a live chat. It's just the Guild. It's like it's exactly like Discord. So I set it up. Paying members are the only people that have access to it. So, like I said, if you are a paying member, you haven't joined the Gilded server, we do a lot of stuff. I even set up a chat room. So there's different chat rooms. So if we're watching Cutlery Corner Network, we can all watch it individually. We don't have to like be on a Zoom call or anything. And because it's live, we just comment on what we're seeing. And then I also have Knife Trade, Knife Chat, all kinds of stuff. Let's see here. Well, that's it, guys. I'm out. So I will, while we're doing movie night, I'm going to resurrect my gaming channel and probably play some games. Oh, paying members. I will probably do a private members live feed tomorrow. Members only live feed. And we can do, if we do the members only live feed tomorrow, I'll pick the winner of the Beagle and let you guys know who won. We'll just do that. We'll do the drawing, and then I'll announce it on the Gilded server. So if you are a paying member and you're premium baseline tier, you have access to some giveaway stuff that I do, but I do it on the Gilded server. So if you are a paying member and you're eligible for giveaways, don't forget to use the Gilded server because you won't find out if you won. Beagle, O-Knife Beagle. It's what I'm giving away to the premium baseline tier members this month for August. That way I get it out of the way. It's already the end of the month. Everybody's had plenty of time. So guys, I'm out. I love y'all. Take it easy. Where's the end broadcast?